Welcome to the Cool Fireman Podcast, a virtual firehouse kitchen table with Matt, Adam, Brian, Doug, and Freddie, where they discuss everything that matters in today's fire service.
I was wearing this shirt too. It's probably got some dirt on it.
Shut up. Give me such a hard time.
You're such a wiener.
My arm's covered in dirt. I got a boo-boo.
Well, take a shower.
I'm going to. Y'all had to rush me on here.
That's damn right we did.
Well, you shouldn't backtalk your wife. Then this would have never happened.
That's true. Yeah. You got
I try to
Matt
keep my private life private.
and Doug and Adam here. Brian, what's Brian doing today? I forget. Do you remember?
International driver.
His son's 18th birthday. They're going to Chicago to catch a game.
So, that's no fun. I thought he was going to like the Louisville Slugger outlet, or he was taking a trip to.
I know Chicago was one of the stops. They're going to go catch a Cubs game, celebrate his son's 18th birthday.
I thought beat him.
Wasn't he set to go to that Aladdin the shop where they pretend like they're on the flying magic carpet and they sing that song?
No, that's actually one of the plays he's doing. He's the genie because he's got the belly for it, so he's going to do the genie. Yeah, in the local.
What did I miss?
Oh, because the bird
hold on.
Cage is ended, and now they're doing Aladdin.
Hold on, I'm rubbing the magic lamp right now.
Well, he doesn't drink, so he ain't going to come out of that bottle. Now, if it was a Cheerwine bottle, he'd be coming out of it.
That's ridiculous.
Perfect. All right, so at least we know now where Brian is, and where Adam wants to be.
Yeah. With his glizzy microphone.
Welcome back to the Cool Fireman Podcast, brought to you by Unky Seasoning. Unky Seasoning. Bring the firehouse to your house, folks. Go get you some. I love Unky. I love you, buddy.
Oh, thank you, bud.
Yeah. You just posted a really was it a Cajun chicken recipe that I'm going to steal and I'm going to post. I'm going to steal the whole thing. I don't have all the ingredients yet, but I'm going to do it here probably this week. So look out for that.
Are you talking about the shrimp sandwich?
No, you posted something different on the Instagram.
Literally said chicken. Yeah,
it was with your Coastal Cajun, I think. Coastal Cajun chicken and rice.
Cajun chicken and rice. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to do that for the family. It might be a little too spicy, though. What do you think? They think ketchup is spicy.
Oh, my God.
Very Caucasian.
Well, she's 7 years old. Huh?
Yeah, and Mama's from the Midwest, so...
Yeah.
I get it.
Out? Hey, so go get you some, unkyseasoning.com. Also, Tom from the Burn Box, of course. We always love to shout out Tom as a sponsor of the Cool Fireman Podcast. We got a cool box this month. Was like I call it the Burn Box XL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some really cool shit in there. A cool shirt, the one that Doug just saw or showed. If you are watching on the YouTubes or the Spotifys, you'll be able to see the
TikTok
t-shirt
for a review of it.
Yeah, check out Douglas's JDB Cubed, Big City Doug. No, it's not Big City Doug. JDB Cubed on TikTok, and you'll be able to see the old reviews. His reviews is way to go, Doug. I'm going to do a review too. But I'm going to put it on the Cool Fireman Podcast.
Sweet.
TikTok. Why not? So go get yourself a burn box. It's always fun stuff, man. A bunch of fire stuff. I think there's like $150 worth of shit in there this month. I know that's the worst word to use, right? It's not shit. You know what I mean.
131.
Oh, $131 worth of stuff. Worth of greatness. Unky. So yeah, go get you some. That's and then we were talking off duty before we hit record. Is that what it's called? Off duty.
Sure.
We're talking off duty. Yeah. And we have lost a fireman. And what did you say? Cobb County?
DeKalb. I think I got DeKalb County. DeKalb, Georgia.
Yeah.
Brian's gonna get on and be like, "It was DeKalb."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You segued wrong. All right, so but this isn't a joking matter. we are going to do a moment of silence, and we probably should have looked up, the fella or the feller's name that passed away on duty. But I think we're up to 53 or 54 line of duty deaths this year in the fire service. I know a lot of people like to preach, safety culture is this, safety culture is that. Well, yeah, just go out there and be safe, for fuck's sake. Otherwise, you're going to be included in this moment of silence. How about how you like them apples?
And today is September 9th. This is going to drop September 12th. So we're going to take care of September 11th.
This is going to be our September 11th edition. Thank you, Douglas. It has been 24 years. This will be the 24 year anniversary of September 11th. So let's go ahead and do a moment of silence for them too, because not only did we lose 343 firefighters on that day and over 3,000 individuals, but they are still dying, guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They are still dying from 9/11 related diseases and all that kind of stuff, cancers. Unbelievable. They've set up, we've got to figure out like a good charity for that, because we're gonna do a virtual fill the boot here pretty soon. Again, we're due for another charity event on TikTok or Instagram, probably TikTok, because they're better at pushing it out for us. So yeah, look out for that. Our normal listeners, we will get you guys a date for that, because I've been wanting to do that. So let's go ahead and bow our heads and give a moment of silence for all of those who may have lost over the last week, and for 9/11. 343. Well said, Doug.
Well said, Matthew.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This week, what's hot? What's a hot topic in the fire service these days? What are we talking about?
Well, I was scanning the interwebs. Something came up to me. Have y'all ever had a call go sideways? And for example, every campaign.
Yeah. Well, back up.
Back up just a little bit.
Get off the microphone. It sounds like it's
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Matt said to be really close to it. All right, so let me turn it down. There we go. How about that? That better?
Oh, yeah,
that's much better.
Oh, yes.
All right. And what I mean by sideways, a call goes sideways, like a medical call where, in Champaign, Illinois, 2 firefighters and paramedics stabbed at mental health call. Have y'all ever had one of those incidents happen to you, where not just, we always get the swinging, hitting kind of people, but like any significant, like weapons, as we heard over the years, people been shot at. Wasn't out your way with a fire, Matt? Yeah. Had a sniper.
Yes.
Guy was sniping off firefighters. Have you all ever had that kind of incident?
Coeur d'Alene. No. Thank God. No, I haven't been in that. I haven't been in that situation. But in the town that I work for, we are super conservative, man. If there's any inkling that there's some sort of danger, our cops, we have local PD cops that run with us, and they'll get there first, because man, they blaze down those streets, boys. Holy smokes. They get to the call fast, and they'll clear the scene for us. And a lot of the time we'll be sitting there reading it as we're staging. We're like, what the hell are we doing staging? So we're like uber conservative with it, which is fine. It is what it is. We got to be safe before we can save anybody else. So, but I haven't been in that situation. We've been in situations where they've confiscated stuff before we've gotten there. You know what I mean? So if we had gotten there and not provided for that protocol of staging and all that, then maybe it could have gone south, but I can't imagine.
The first question in automatic failure of any national registry test is the scene safe?
Yeah,
that is true. BSI, scene safety.
Some of these calls, not all of them. You go there for chest pains, and next you know it, you're there. Cops are not coming because it's just a normal chest pain call. Yeah. All of a sudden, that dude's wielding a knife.
Yeah, I personally haven't. I mean, I've been to some psych patients that are agitated and physically violent, but no, I've never had personally any physical violence enacted upon me. Plenty of them swung, but I mean, nothing
Such a good question, though, Unc. It really is. It's a great topic. There's so many variables to it. You know what I mean? Like you could talk about big weapons and like premeditated stuff all the way down to the type of things like what Doug's talking about, where, you know, like we might have a patient that's out of his or her mind, due to drugs or mental health, whatever, this, that, or the other, or they just don't like us. You know, they don't like cops for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so they associate that with us. And then we have to end up soft restraints and spit socks and the whole deal. Cause I've been spit at many times, but people wonder, oh my gosh, you know, that was so harsh, you know, and everybody's recording everything nowadays. And like sees somebody get tackled to the ground. It's like, why did they have to be so hard? You know? And it's like, we have to treat everybody as if, you know, if they're threatening our lives, they can't just pussyfoot around. Then all of a sudden we're dead and like, oh man, we should have tackled him. Like, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine, oh, hey, we lost Matt today. I mean, unfortunately, you know, I mean, if we only tackled him, you know, maybe he'd still be alive. Like, that's a terrible thing to say.
We did all the talking we could. We're like, please, sir, please do not stab him. Please stop stabbing him, sir. Yeah.
Could you? Yeah. Please stop stabbing him, sir.
Yeah.
I know it's your right, and it's okay that you're stabbing him, but I just need you to stop.
Here's 10,000 volts.
So nobody's had that call go sideways. What about you get dispatched to one call, and then it turns out to be just I'm thinking medical. It turns into something totally different.
Totally.
And I could give you two different examples on the spectrum. Young in my career.
Would you call me?
Yes, we think you're on the spectrum.
Everybody is. So, call came out at the local fast food place. Patient, the comments were patients having is about to swallow their tongue. So we're like, all right. So what do you automatically assume? Has to do something with seizure, right?
Did you cut it off first?
I was going to say that's tough to do.
Yeah, but we were like, man, that's impossible. But it's got to be a seizure call. So I was on the engine company. We got canceled. The ambulance got there first. And to come to find out, they had a gentleman sitting there holding his tongue. And they're like, hey, what's going on? I'm about to swallow my tongue. I'm like, sir, it's physically impossible. You can't do it. Go ahead and tell me what's wrong. I'm about to swallow my tongue. Like, was it the dope you smoked earlier? Nah, I'm about to swallow my tongue. All right, well, you're not. And we're not going to take you for that. Is there anything else going on? He's well, it might be the chest pain I'm having, but I'm having a little chest pains, but I'm about to swallow my tongue. Kept talking about his tongue. And right before they got to the hospital, he's like, yeah, I think it was the dope I smoked. Yeah. You know, so it goes from like, it could have been. It goes from like a seizure calls to the dude's just doped up. And then this is the drastic one. This was the first call and the last call where we went to a new CAD system. And when a general illness comes out, we would just send the ambulance, right? I don't know about y'all. Well, this is the first call and the last call. Got there. Homeboy cut his arm off.
Oh.
Yep.
OFF off.
Off. And they
with what?
With a K-bar knife. Yeah, a marine knife style knife. Super sharp.
Hell yeah.
He was super dedicated. And he's had a history of basically being suicidal. He's getting drummed out of the military. He was restricted to a barracks. And he cut it off. Only a little bit of meat was left over. But our guys were casually walking up to the scene. You know, no rush, no nothing, no tourniquets in hand. And they get on scene and they see the cops on top of one guy. And they're like, well, I mean, that's the cops' business, you know? What's going on? And the paramedic, they got on scene, saw them. They weren't wrestling him. They were holding pressure on his arm. And when the medic realized what was going on, he witnessed the guy take his last breath. He was done. And he was like, we had a lot of miscommunications between our dispatchers and stuff like that to get that information, because the cops knew what was going on. The city fire department knew what was going on and sending units. Their police knew what was going on. We're sending units. Our fire department's the only one that was just dispatched to a general sickness. And it was a big issue, but that's just one call from one extreme to another.
Yeah.
That's what I got to offer up.
I remember I was on the ambulance and we were first on scene and it came in as a fall. It was at a like a local board and care, it's just just old folks that just rent a room and they're taken care of by Filipino people. And so when we walked in and there was one of the workers there was on her knees and she had the elderly lady's head in her lap and she said, "Oh, she just fell." And I was like, "She looks dead." like that doesn't look normal. Like she looks dead. I was like, "Is she breathing?" And she said, "Oh yeah, she's breathing." And I was like, "Oh, let me check," And so I ripped her away from her and put her on her back, and I was like, she's not breathing. I go, "She's dead. She's not alive." So we started CPR. But of course, like when you come into a call thinking it's a fall, you're kind of thinking different things. Is she on blood thinners? Is it C-spine? Like all this stupid shit. And you come in and it's a full rest. You're like, "Oh damn." Now we have the Lucas. I don't know if you guys carry the Lucas.
We do.
Dude, Lucas is one of our best firefighters. That guy, he hauls ass. He's good.
Yeah.
Especially for us, because a lot of our houses are like descending hillside homes and we have to go up a lot of stairs sometimes. And Lucas just doesn't stop. He's really good. Gets that CPR done. But, so, that would be nice to have, right? That and, maybe some suction and all that kind of stuff. So
the
that we don't bring
place.
it on. Yeah, the Filipinos.
Lumpia for everyone.
Yeah. I said, "How did this happen?" "I don't know. I just got here." Shocker. But yeah, those calls can happen where you're kind of thinking one thing. And I remember when I was on my paramedic internship, my proctor, the captain that was in charge of me said, "Hey, listen, I'm not going to give you any notes because all it's going to do is screw you up." Because of that reason, Nunk. Like a lot of times the dispatchers will do their best. The true first responders will listen and they'll try to gather as much information and they'll be like, "Oh, this is going to be a stroke." So they'll put it as a stroke and then it'll be like a diabetic reaction or a drug overdose or whatever, right?
To get you on the road.
So he actually did me a favor. I kind of liked it. Just going in blind, just like, okay, there's my patient, get a general impression and off to the races, So that actually kind of helped me. And I used that
what a
tactic.
Nerd. Straight off the worksheet, you fucking nerd.
I'll get my general impression, my primary impression, then I'll do my secondary and get a set of vitals.
I ask him what's his sample. I had a paramedic do that. Ask a patient, "What's your sample?"
A sample of what? Give me a sample.
I called in report one time for another paramedic because he was working. I just went to help on the engine. He was on the ambulance. Dude was unconscious, completely unconscious. I give it a report. I give the vitals. What's his GCS? I said, "Sir, he's unconscious. It's 3. Did you just ask me that question right now? It's 3. But my funniest one, I think, would be I was on the ambulance one day. We got dispatched to, what do you call it? What'd you call it, Matt?
I don't know.
The old folks' place.
What? Oh, a board and care.
Board and care. This was a legit nursing home. It wasn't run by Filipinos serving lumpia all day. Went to a dispatch to a nursing home that another ambulance is already at. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. Second patient, whatever. Start reading the comments as we get there, and I'm like, dispatch, what are we? You're going to medic 4 called you for whatever reason. I'm not going to use those names, but we get there, and a female provider looks at me. They're on the ground with this patient, and her and her partner. And female looks at me and she says, "Y'all got to take this lady." I said, "Okay, what's going on?" This lady's like 86 years old, little bit. I think with a typical 86-year-old lady, a little bitty frail lady. And then I look at the other provider And again, I'm not using no names, but this dude was built like a bowling ball. Just well, come to find out that in the process of this lady waking up, I guess she fainted. She had a syncopal episode. She flailed one of her arms and hit Mr. Bowling Ball and knocked him out. O-U-T out.
What?
And he said, no, I was not. And the female looked at me and said, Doug, he was unconscious. I said, noted. So we picked up the lady and transported her. And he had to go do all this paperwork. And he ended up going home for the rest of the shift. So, yeah, that was pretty funny to me. This guy was nothing but a ball of muscle. And some 86-year-old, I think she was a Pacific Island, mid-Asian. She could have been Filipino. I don't know. She was of that kind of descent, and she knocked this dude smooth out.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You reminded me of a call that I was on when I was like brand new. I've been on like the ambulance for like a year, less than a year. And so I kind of had my bearings of what was going on, and we run a full arrest. And there was an intern on one of the engines. This was a long time ago. So, I was brand new, and we get the patient in the back, and they're going, and they're like, hey, let's shock the patient. He's in VFib, whatever. And the EMT that I was working with was touching the patient, and the intern didn't clear and shocked him and sent my partner to the back of the ambulance.
Oh my God.
Thank God he was okay. He was fine. It just, it was a learning lesson where it was like, no harm, no foul.
There's a reason we say clear, clear. I'm clear. You're clear. We're all clear.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
thanks, nerd.
My God.
Y'all actually say
now I'm a nerd.
That's right. I had to get it. I had to find one.
You're not
I'm
gonna
clear.
find
You're
me.
clear. We're all clear.
I let my national go, dude. I just keep my state register. Just research it, actually. So I'm good for another 3 years.
Oh, you're good for 3 years?
Yeah, state's 3 years.
Oh man, ours is
State's
2.
4.
It might be 4. I think it's 3.
I'm just EMTB. I'm 4.
I got my card. I need to send my card to Target Solutions to update it.
Our EMTs have to have 24. Our EMTs have to have 24 hours for every 2 years, and I have to have 48 hours every 2 years.
Hey, I'm not sure what it is. Actually, I got my.
I
didn't expire until
40
March.
in 4 years.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't expire until March of 26. So I opened up the thing the other day just to make sure my CE was good, and it was like, "You're good to restart." I'm like, "If I could do it now."
Oh
yeah,
God, dude, California is so much
So
different.
I got
that's the nice thing about State of
research.
Virginia.
Probably
State of Virginia
one more research. All I got.
Yeah, we had a lot of problems back in the day where for you to get it recertified, you sent your certs into the states and they keep a tally, but your fire department had to fill out a Scantron sheet and paperwork the month you were expiring. But people on vacation, people not doing something, people not in that job, people were losing their certs because of it. And I think my department, a lot of issues were coming out about that. The state of Virginia changed it. So they'll send you, once you get all your certs, they'll send you an email or whatever saying, do you want to recert now or do you want to wait? So I guess if you're leaving your department and retiring this month, yeah, go ahead and recert me now. But I set it up so recert me when I expire automatically.
Our EMS division is really good about that. We do really good with our Con Ed, and our EMS division, the training division, is really good about that stuff.
Nice. Well, that's good. I mean, if you have people that are dedicated in your fire department to make sure that you guys are all good, that's freaking amazing.
Well, they don't. I mean, obviously, it's up to you at the end of the day, but like they lay the groundwork where it's really hard for you to screw it up.
They hold your hand.
Yeah, and there's a quick link on the intranet page to take you straight to just literally with photos of what step to take to recert. Like if she makes it, she's made it really easy for everybody. Because some of historically, we've had some people that have been a little difficult.
Yeah, it's definitely got better in our department too, as people retired and stuff, and new ones took over. They're passionate.
I mean, we send out I feel like it's monthly training things that if you need extra hours, that it's always something coming across your Target Solutions or Vector Solutions now, what it is. But in case you don't have enough through annual Con Ed or quarterly Con Ed, which I mean, it's not a lot that you miss, but. Yeah.
Yeah, we have pretty specific guidelines. Like we have to have 48 hours of instructor-led CEs, continuing education units. And for our county, we have to be.
Time to start wrapping up your workday and plan for dinner.
Wow. This life we live in 2025 is unreal. You need to be told that
when you have a wife who when you have a wife who works from home and gets caught up in it sometimes, Alexa or what's her name, Google tells her that.
Hey Google.
Hey Google.
Hey Google.
I just say, hey Google, go to sleep at night.
Something went wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
She thinks I'm talking to her.
Oh my God, this life is insane. Well, yeah, we're pretty specific. We have state and county accreditation that we have to do.
County too.
Yeah, we have to get accredited in our counties, and it's like very specific. We have to have 2 EMS update classes per your 2 for your 2 years, 1 each year, and then you have to have a ALS airway class. It used to be that if you did an airway, you could just get your documentation that you had a successful airway attempt, and then but now it's just like
I think we used to do that too. If you had intubated throughout the year or something like that, I think, but don't hold me to that. But then we still do airway every year, where you do your intubations, your crikes, all that stuff.
So we're sitting here talking about training, right? We have training EMS divisions, making sure that everybody's
we segue from crazy calls to training.
Yeah, right. Really quick, without even knowing it. Yeah. But what I was going to say is like, let's segue to fire training. How come we don't have any type of fire training regulation? I mean, now like some departments have so many hours you got to have, or I think our standard is like 2 hours per shift. So it comes up to like, what is it? 480 hours a year or something like that. It's kind of our standard.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
A lot of people will go above and beyond that, and our average will be higher because some days we'll be out to the tower for 6 hours, and then we'll get our normal 2 hours the next day. So we're already above 4 hours for that 48-hour cycle. But I don't know. There's not really like a standard. There's not really like a cert that we have to like send in for fire related stuff, which is interesting. It's not, I mean, that really puts the onus on your operational training chief or training division.
It puts the onus on the company officers. Right.
Absolutely.
And again, we log that in Target Solutions also. Daycare inspections, smoke detector, blitzes, whatever. We log all that stuff in Target Solutions. And if we do training for the day, we used to be only the company officer could input things in the Target Solutions. Now anybody that can ride the front seat, and I think anybody in general now, any firefighter can input that stuff. So one person will just go input, hey, we did 1 hour of rope, whatever for today. Like it's easy to track now.
But like, what's your?
There's no. Yeah, right. But there's no requirement.
Right. What's your true competency? Like, what's your true level of like, hey, this guy's a competent at throwing a ladder or pulling a hose or busting down a door, right? I mean, getting into a vehicle, whatever it is.
It's recruit school.
Well, that for sure. I mean, if you don't use it, you lose it, folks. You know what I mean?
The Rolfie knot back in 2000 was a great knot, but now they see that this is a better way to do it. Like tubing people, all that.
When was the last time you tied it? Well, Doug might have, but like, when was the last time you tied a banger knot?
A what?
A banger knot.
I've never heard of a banger knot.
Oh, really?
No.
That's the knot that we call when we tie off a ladder with the halyard. It's a banger
clove hitch?
No, we call it a banger knot.
Yeah. Is it a clove hitch?
Is that how you tie it?
That's how we tie it, yeah.
We don't tie it.
You don't tie clove. No. Okay, well then no, I don't know what that is.
Well, look it up. No, I'm just kidding. But all I'm saying is that you don't use it, you lose it. And it's not that difficult of a thing to do. But it's like what you said, Doug. You said it perfect, dude.
Sorry, wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
Jesus, Google,
I'm all unplugged.
We're recording a fucking podcast. Sorry, Rhett. I did that on purpose. Sorry, Rhett.
Google's unplugged.
Like
you hear in the background. Google is not unplugged.
What did I said what perfectly?
Yeah, what if she said, I'm not unplugged, Doug?
Call him from the bedroom. Searching for butt plugs. I said, unplugged.
Last search was lube. Heavy lube. Sorry, Rhett. Oh my gosh, wow.
Sorry.
I don't even remember what I was talking about. Banger.
You said I said something. I hate it. I'm assuming you're talking about coming down to the company officer.
Yeah, I mean, the onus is on that. It's on us to get out, and that's why that one Instagram page, Train Your Probie or whatever. It's true. You know, you got to get out. You got to touch it. You got to feel it. You got to do it. Because if you don't use
Pause.
it, you lose it. Context.
Context.
Yeah, no, huge proponent of that. You know, it's on us to get out and do it.
Yeah,
Because you don't have to. You can go to work, right, and just hope and pray that nothing happens, nothing bad happens.
When's the last time you tied a rope around a tool to hoist it?
We do it a lot because we got babies.
Oh,
yes.
well, I mean, but like on the fireground.
Oh, on the fireground. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, exactly. But not how the book teaches us. Clove hitch.
Oh.
Clove hitch does everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoosh, 2 loops,
Right.
and then that, and then whoosh, done.
Yeah. Well, that's if you can get around the tool like that. Yeah, for sure.
We
100%.
work the voodoo hitch a lot, and that's basically our go-to for any kind of stabilization.
Sounds like a beer. The Voodoo Ranger.
The voodoo hitch.
Ah, the Voodoo hitch. I've never heard of that one.
Look it up.
Oh, damn. Okay. YouTube is your friend.
So it's basically like a sliding bowling, where you have 2 attachment points and a sliding bowling in the middle, and then it's ropes biting on itself to stabilize. It's pretty useful and quick.
You use the carabiners.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
What'd you call me?
Yeah, we have rope bags with 4 carabiners in them on every engine, and of course the truck has a bag of utility rope as well as life safety rope. But the truck's bag has like 7 or 9 carabiners, so plenty. But it's basically an engine hitch, to stabilize quickly if the truck company's not close by.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try that out with my burn box rope bag.
There you go. Wow, look at you.
With your change of direction in there.
Right. Do you guys get out every shift and do something?
Not every shift. Sometimes we just can't.
Right.
We talk.
I don't think
about
every.
Something, though. We don't. Yeah, there's not a day goes by that we don't talk about something.
Yeah. Yeah. Chalk top. Yeah.
At my station, we do at least Monday through Friday. The weekends, everybody's just it's your weekend kind of deal.
Yeah.
But Monday through Friday, at my station, we actually have active military sailors, and so they're younger in their career, so they want to know the trucks and learn the job and everything, and it's fun to go out there and just kind of teach them. So they're always coming up with some kind of question, and then I'm coming up with questions for them. Like, hey, I don't know about this. How do y'all do it on the ships? And stuff like that.
Everybody knows I'm in a dual house, so we have a junk car in the parking lot. And most of the dual houses they'll call a junkyard and say, hey, when you get one of this variety or whatever, like we've actually tried to, I think one of our chiefs has called about trying to get some EVs to practice on. I think you and I had that conversation one time, Matt, about getting wreck EVs to practice. But we have an old, I think it's a Jeep Cherokee or it's a Jeep something or other at the parking lot right now. Right now it's on the side, but we frequently have one of those in the parking lot several months out of the year to work on, airbags, hot lifts, stabilization, chain stuff. And then after everybody works through that for a while, we'll actually rotate through the shifts. We're starting to cut stuff.
Dude, I love that.
And then we have several junkyards in the county, and we will coordinate with the chief to send a couple of truck companies or at least one and rotate through there on the weekend or something. And we'll go spend all day at the junkyard with, my truck and engine company from my house, and we'll spend all day at the junkyard talking about different things and cutting stuff and figuring out what works, what doesn't. And hey, if this car's on this roof, how are we going to go about this? If this car's on this side, how are we going to go about this? You see how each dynamic changes for, you can't always do, same side opposing forces. Sometimes you got to punt and do something else.
Yeah. No, that's an awesome resource to have. And so that's a good,
and they're really helpful with us. Like, yeah, man. Yeah. If you need to come on in.
Yeah. That's the same with us. We have a place called Pick Your Part, and they have a massive parking lot. And they just give us a corner of the parking lot, and they say, how many cars you want? And we'll start with 2. So that they'll go grab their forklift. These guys are freaking amazing with these forklifts.
Yeah.
And they'll come over and they'll go, okay, how do you want it? On the side, on the top, on the force. and we'll be able to do that kind of stuff, that's a huge. So, I mean, this is a perfect example. This is an awesome topic to talk about on the podcast, because you got guys that are new in the fire service or never thought of doing this. But if you have a junkyard in your area, just call them. a lot of the times you'd be like, hey, who is this? The fire department? Hell yeah. What do you guys need? And then you're like, holy shit, I didn't even know this resource existed.
Yeah, there's several
There you
cars
go.
there that have been picked apart to where they're not going to sell many more parts off of it. And before they crush it and send it off to recycling, they'll gladly let you cut it up.
Yeah, we used them for our tests, for our Proby tests, because on the 8-month you got to do we do like a door pops and then dash roll and a roof removal and all that. And so they would bring cars to us, and they still do for the test, but they were like, hey, if you guys are going to do training, we'd really like if you guys came out here, but it's a 30-minute drive. And the Chiefs are like, hell yeah. If you guys just want to go get out of here after conference call 7:30 and be back by noon, 100%.
Yeah. We've got a cache of cars at the training center also to use for the recruits.
Yeah, dude, that's a invaluable resource.
Yeah.
Because it's just so, you don't get to cut cars that often. And I guess the theme of today's podcast will be, you don't use it, you lose it. And so that's something that's good. We don't cut a lot of cars on real calls. So if you can get out and just cut on real cars as if it is a real call, then hell yeah, that's a win. That's a win.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, invaluable training. Just if you don't use it, you lose it, man. So we were just out yesterday. We have this it's tough in our town because it's so congested. I've talked to you guys about that before. It's tough to find places. And so here's another thing that I challenge company officers to do is to be creative about your training. And we have a middle school, and I give props to this captain I work with. I didn't come up with this. I ain't this smart. And there's a big flat wall, and it's basically on the gymnasium. And so he just went up there and with duct tape, and he just put like a piece of duct tape and made a window, and then made his guys like, hey, there's our window. We're gonna do a rescue. Go, and like. There's creative,
Yeah, we've done chalk on our brick building. Same thing.
Yeah.
I like to encourage everybody because there's 1,000 different ways to do one task in the fire department. You're set in your ways. This is how we force the door. This is the only way we force the door. Well, Cal Fire forces the door like this. You don't have to change your daily practice, but go out there and try it and see why it works
burns my
for
ass
those
up.
other people.
But we've always done it this way. That shit don't fly.
I get it.
You don't
Let's
like
say
that.
forcing the
You
door.
don't like that saying.
This way is the fastest way, most efficient way that y'all know. And maybe it is. But
it's okay to push the envelope.
People do it differently for a reason because it works for some reason. So you can at least go out there, learn how to do it, see why it works for that fire department. Now it's in the back of your head. So that one time, that one call where this is the time to do that. You know it. It's a tool in your toolbox.
Classic
You got to
example.
look at one wall of a building 1,000 different ways.
24-foot ladder to the second story. You're going up 3-4 rungs, right? Not much. I'm not going around the back of that ladder and pull the halyard. I grab the bottom rung and I push. Click, 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 click. Done. I'm not messing with that halyard. That's a different way to do it. That works for me. That's what I do.
Nice. So that's the what you said, Doug, is it's the way we've always done it, and the reason we get into that rut is because, like what you said, I think, Unc, is you've done something and it worked for you. So you're like, now I feel comfortable enough to that I know it worked the first time, which is totally fine. And that's the way you're going to teach your new guys. Maybe the station down the street, Doug, you work in a big department. We haven't said that in a while. Big 22 station department. So
I believe Kenny Mitchell said it the other day.
They might have they have something that worked for them, so they're going to train their probie that way, whatever it may be. But it worked for you, right? To use the Halligan. I'm telling you, I had never used a wedge really and I don't do this a lot. Like we don't run a lot of structure fires in my town, unfortunately, but fortunately, right? But when I got Billy's Jobtown Tools kit with that Billy wedge. I'm like, let's go up to, we call this place called Area 51. That's what we call it. And we have a vent prop and we do forcible entry up there. And we went up there and tried this thing. Dude, it was awesome. I loved it. It's like, do we always need to use it? No, but it's definitely awesome to know that if I get my ads in there and I create a purchase point and I can't get all the way around the jam, I can shove that billy wedge in there and I can get more leverage in literally 5 seconds. It worked great. And it was just another tool in the toolbox. You know what I mean? I could always use what I've always done, but now I have like my pace, my primary, my alternate, my contingency, and my emergency plan. So, I mean, that doesn't really apply to procedures, but
his OODA loop.
Yeah, right. Sure. So it's good.
You don't know what the OODA loop is?
I don't know. What is that?
What?
No, tell me.
Observe, orient, decide, act, and then you start over. Observe, orient, decide, act.
Is that why it's a loop?
Yeah, the OODA loop.
Say it again.
OODA, OODA.
OODA.
Observe, orient, decide, act. Observe, orient, decide, act. Figure out what's wrong, orient yourself to it, make a plan of action, act on that plan of action, and then start over. Observe if your actions are working. If they're not, orient yourself to the new actions that need to take place. Decide to do them, act.
Right.
That's big city stuff, bud.
That is big city stuff.
That's far
Way
from
to
big
go,
city
Doug.
stuff. That's training classes. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Buzzwords.
Yeah. So yeah, theme of the day: don't use it, you lose it. And training, train your guys. You know, get out. It's incumbent on the guys to have the motivation. We used this in a prior podcast. Wake up inspired to do great stuff. Then you go to work feeling safe, and then when you go home, you feel fulfilled that you've done something to better yourself and help the community at the same time.
You know what I mean? Just keep an open mind. We're not talking from the top of the mountain. We're down at the base. Yeah. With everybody else.
Yeah. And the old cliche is you can never train too much for a job that can kill you.
God dang. We have a flag that flies at my station that says that. Yeah, above the apparatus. All right. Hey, we're getting to the point where we need some snail mail.
It's snail mail time.
It's going to be great. Snail mail, September 11th. We honor all the men and women.
All right. So I've got a piece of snail mail for you guys. Are you guys ready for this?
Ready.
Is it from the Department of War?
So no, it's not.
I renamed it. It's the greatest. Best military in the world. I mean, it could be.
So this came 5 days ago, but it came from episode 116, Firehouse Pride, Station Projects, and the Return of Trades. But I thought this was kind of cool. And this is a good discussion point. This might be the only piece of snail mail that we have. I know that there's others, but this is a good one. I have a master. So this is from Morrow CP. So I don't have a name, but that's the username, Morrow CP. So if you're listening to this is a shout out to you. Thanks for the comment on Spotify. We love you for that. It increases our engagement, it increases our reach for our podcast, and it gives us stuff to talk about. So thank you so much. I have a master's in education and spent the last 7 years working in higher education leadership. I also learned electrical from my dad and vocational high school, and I'm currently at the polygraph stage of the hiring process at my local fire department. This episode was extremely encouraging, and informative. My only concern is not being able to handle the messy stuff, and I simply won't know until I find out on the job. Any advice? I've talked with folks in the fire service and I've heard the stories, but just don't know. Ooh-wee. Yes. I don't know what your guys' take on that is. This is my take. I guess I could start. Is Morrow, it for me, when I see the messy stuff, so we're talking about blood, guts, gory, vomit, poop, piss, the whole deal, right? Let's just be blunt with it because we see it all, and from all different types of individuals. And for me, when the bells go off, and this sounds kind of stupid, I kind of attribute to like feeling almost hypnotized. Bong, bong, right? The tones go off and we have our routines, right? We talked about this the other couple of podcasts ago. If it happens at 2 a.m., we have our routines. So we automatically go out to the rig. We have 1 minute to dress out for a during the day alarm. We look, I push en route and I start reading. Hey, this, that, and the other. We start to see, crazy shit. But what I'm saying is we're hypnotized to the fact we're like, this is my job. I have a job to do. I don't see vomit. I don't smell vomit. I don't smell shit. I don't see brains blown out. I don't see that. This is my job. I see a guy who needs help. I see a woman that needs help. If she's upside down in the car, I don't think about it emotionally. I don't think about it how Chicago Fire portrays it on NBC at 5:00 at night. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it like that. I see it as if I'm on scene to a call and I need to help. That's it. And as stupid as that may sound to some people or corny, but that's how I get through it. I don't see bullet holes. I just see holes in a chest that need tending to. Afterwards, now this is where Kenny Mitchell comes in, and the PTSD and the Operation Yellow Tape and your brothers and sisters to lean on. That's when the hard part is after the call and realizing what you just touched, what you just smelled, what you just saw. That's the hard part of what you're talking about, Morrow. That's the hard part. And please understand that, coming from a guy that's been doing this for 20 years only. I've only been doing this for 20 years, but I've seen it, blood, shit, piss, all this kind of stuff. And I've touched it, smelt it. I've had vomit in my mouth before. I've had a patient vomit straight up right into my mouth. And you just move right along. And then afterwards you go, I had vomit in my mouth. Where's my exposure report? And then you get and then you get a nickname and you move on. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on what you're talking about. That's my advice is if you're set for the job, you will be able to separate the emotions from seeing blood, seeing vomit, seeing piss and shit. You will be able to separate that from your brain and you'll be able to go to work. If you're not able to do that, you won't be successful. Because you'll end up doing you'll freak out. It won't work out. So that's kind of my 2 cents.
Did they call you Yuck Mouth? They should have called you.
It was
Yuck
a lot.
Mouth.
It was a lot.
I feel like James Carver right now. I have nothing to add. That was perfect.
I just
little old school reference there.
I think I just. What did Will Ferrell say in that after that? He's like, what happened?
I blacked out for a second.
Yeah, I blacked out for a second. So that's all. Yeah, Unky.
Well said.
Different.
I think. You never truly know how you're going to react until you're in that situation. I was just writing notes. Once you're in it, to me, it's like it's almost unreal. Like, especially the high demand, high up, like you're saying, gunshots. You just get in that mode where, like, all right, let's hit the protocols. Let's do this. You do that, and it's like you're in a realistic training evolution. So you just kind of pump through it, and almost like really firefighters develop a numbness of sensitive topics and stuff like that, because we'll get back on the truck, we'll talk about it, we'll make jokes about it, and everything creates a good story. You get some of those wild, poop stories.
I will add this: there's not a call that I don't smell vomit. I don't care how intense the patient care has to be. I smell that vomit, and it makes me want to puke.
There you go.
Give me all the blood you want. Give me all the bones sticking out. Is the bleeding controlled? Cool. I'm covering that up because that's a distracting injury at that point. I'm not worried about it. If it's not actually bleeding, I ain't worried about it. Cover that up. I'll take all the blood. But that vomit.
Here's one smell that is stained. It is
C. diff
in your sinuses. Nursing home smell.
Oh yeah.
Y'all shaking your head. Everybody knows that.
Smells like UTI in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's like UTI and GI bleed.
Gosh, it doesn't matter where you go, what time of the day. And I hate going during the wintertime because they got the heater on extra hot.
It's in the walls. It's in the paint.
It's everywhere, man.
Yes, there is. It's like a urine smell. It's like a UTI. I think Doug kind of nailed it.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
it clings to you too.
It is. It totally does.
It smells like infection.
But
Smells like
it's a
smells
sepsis.
like
If sepsis had a smell, it would be that.
urine sepsis.
And look how we deal with it. We joke about, we bond over it. We all work in way different areas, and we all know that smell.
Yeah. So there you go, Morrow. That's a good synopsis of how you're going to handle it. And so one of my chiefs, we've talked about mental
how
health
Lieutenant
awareness.
Severai would handle it.
Right. We've talked about mental health awareness on this podcast a lot, and we're going to continue to talk about it a lot. In fact, we are due to have Kenny Mitchell back on the podcast, and talk about what he's, what's new and what's progressive in that realm of the world of firefighting and mental health awareness. And so just know, like one of my chiefs said, hey, I want you to, if you're going to dive into this and learn about it, I want you to educate people and educate yourself on what does it feel like? What are the symptoms? What is it I'm looking for when it comes to having some sort of mental health crisis? What does it look like? Does it look like yelling at the kids when you shouldn't be? Is it you're hitting the bottle too much? You're not sleeping, you're having nightmares, whatever it is, learn about it and push that. And so we're going to continue to do that. And I think a lot of what that question that Morrow had has to do with that. It's not about, if you can't do it, Morrow, you can't do it. Like you can't see blood without passing out. Sorry, you're not going to be a fireman.
It's not for you.
It's not for you. And that's fine. Right. You'll find some other way.
That's something that's hard to overcome. That's kind of stuff.
And because you want to be a fireman, that tells me that you want to serve, and there's lots and lots and lots of way to serve people, without having to see that shit. And it's the greatest job in the world. That's why I do it. I love it.
Move it over to the Marshals Department.
Yeah. So we got a ton of continuing the snail mail here. We got a ton. HMC talked. We got a ton of when we were talking about driving code 3, that TikTok post kind of blew up in a good way about driving, and I think a lot of people kind of understood that. And it's like some people are like, "Oh, you changed my mind about the air horn," because I talked about how the air horn is eliciting people moving, and people kind of agreed with that. So that was a really cool thing. A lot of really good engagement on that post. So we really appreciate that. And then of course, Ricky Bird's amazing. I don't see how anyone could write a negative comment on this podcast. These guys are the best dudes out there. He's been a listener since the beginning. We talked about, and I think the last podcast, about negative reviews and why people are so more apt to write a negative
quicker
review.
to write hateful stuff.
Yeah. So, all good stuff. We appreciate the engagement and all the love that we get on social media. It only helps our reach. So if you are listening to this and you loved what you heard, please comment and also subscribe to our channels. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts for our Spotify, and then we're on all the socials: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, the whole deal. So that's, I think, all we got from my end, Douglas, unless you got something. Unky went pee.
No, I just got my dog Millie.
We just got barking. Millie. Millie, barking. What happened?
This is my old Millie. She started barking. She's got a pretty necklace.
Look at that, little pearls.
Yeah, that's my little Millie.
Oh, that's nice.
She ain't got no front teeth. Her tongue always hangs out.
Oh.
She's got 3 toes.
Millie's got a lot of little things going on.
Yeah, she's a sweet old girl. Say hi, Millie. Look at her.
Look at Millie.
She doesn't like being held. She likes to cuddle, but she doesn't like being held. Millie, look at him. Say hi.
All right. She's like, no, I'm not going to look. No eye contact.
My little baby beagle.
I get that a lot from no eye contact. Awesome. Good stuff. Episode 123 in the books, folks.
Oh, yeah.
I know. We're moving right along. Subscribe, do the whole deal. All the people that are our regular listeners that listen all the way to the end, we fucking love you. And then we love this community. Sorry, Rhett. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about the F word. I use a lot of F words, especially when I had a tough 48. All right. That's it for me. Doug, you want to sign us off?
Yeah, roll it, GG.
Roll it, GG.
Before you leave, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and give these firemen a huge thumbs up. Also, make sure you check out thecoolfireman.com for more. Thanks!